Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Tuesday 10X Mastermind Ambassador Group call, live video. Basically, this is your checkup. This is your accountability call for everybody that's in the mentoring program right now. We are getting week by week closer to GrowthCon, and by now you guys should be having some major successes that you're seeing. You should be seeing wins and improvement. A lot of people are reaching out and they're talking about the good things that are happening to them. Okay, so if good things are not happening to you, if something is not improving, if a statistic is not improving, then something is out. If your income isn't increasing, if your business isn't growing, if the people around you aren't changing, something is out for you. And the purpose of these calls is to dig in and find out exactly what that is for you. So we got a few callers on the live stream here today, and we're going to hear from them. Again, when you come on, we're looking for number one, successes, and then number two, questions that you have on how you can take your deal to the next level. So looking forward to speaking with you guys. Last week we had an assignment. We had a breakout of your comfort zone assignment to go out and try to get business in a new way, in a way that you don't typically do it. And the purpose of that is to break the patterns and the cycles that that we all get in. I get in communication via email a lot of volume of activity going in and out through email, and it's quick and it's efficient, but it's just different than a phone call. Sometimes you need to make a phone call and get on the phone with people. Sometimes I need to get out of the office and go get in front of somebody's face and be like, hey, yo, give me some money. So you got to break those cycles, and the purpose of the exercise last week was to help you identify the additional channels of communication that you have, the outreach that you have that can help you grow your business so that you're not relying on that one single thing. In the U.S. here, I know we got Nathan's from Australia, but in the U.S. here, the market's been all over the place over the last month. It's been one of the craziest months in the stock market in a couple years here. So the point of that is that there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's still a lot of like, when is this thing gonna roll over? I'm scared of that every day. Like I've got my money invested, I got cash flow coming in, I pulled everything out of the stock market, I invested into real estate because it's the stable play for me, cash flow coming in every month. And then what I show up here to do to feed that is I show up and I try to freaking grind out, like the window of opportunity is literally rolling up. And I'm trying to shove everything I possibly can through that window before it closes. And that's the type of urgency you guys need to operate with in your business every single day, because inevitably there will be another crash. There will be another collapse. There will be another pullback. Something bad will happen. An accident will happen. Somebody in your family will get sick. The economy will collapse. Facebook will change the way that they are serving ads to people and the way that you buy ads. And now you used to be able to spend $1,000 to get $1,500 in sales, and now you got to spend $3,000 to get $2,500 in sales, and the whole thing just breaks and goes upside down. These things will happen, and you need to be prepared for them. And so I hope that what you guys are getting as you're going through this program week by week is you're building up strength. When things get bad, when economies pull back, when things tighten, when industries get disrupted, it is the strong that survive. When I was in the mortgage business in 2007, things were awesome. 2008, things were awesome. And then wham! All of a sudden, everything rolled over. Like literally the entire mortgage business completely collapsed. And the people who survived were the well-established companies who weren't really focused just on that one opportunity, that subprime market. Did their businesses get hit? Yes, but they didn't go under. They weren't over-leveraged. They didn't go out with that new money mentality and buy watches and cars and houses and all that stuff. I know a lot of people that got torched when the housing collapse happened. So you should be looking at this program every week as a way for you to build more skill and to strengthen up. Cardone University every single day. Dude, if not to train you and teach you something new, it's to create more awareness for you that Like, there's a way to do better every single day. There's a way to be better on every phone call that you're on. There's a way to ask better questions. There's a way to be more persistent. There's a way to follow up better. There's a way to prospect. Like, for me, like, I know Cardone University's material. When I go through and I'm training on Cardone University, I'm bringing to the top of my mind things that I may not be thinking with. So sometimes you really need to relook at, like, what are your expectations from the program? If you're going through and you're trying to think that, like, you need to be re-educated, a lot of experienced salespeople get turned off by that. You need to go in there and be like, I need to think about one thing every single day that's going to help me do better or be better. Last week, we also asked to get some, some extra people, some friends, build a group, make a group effort to come to the event. I'm telling you, this is going to be an unbelievable opportunity for you guys to network and to get together with some amazing people. So without further ado, let's jump into some of these calls here. I'm really excited. Grant was just in here before the call started, and he talked to Nathan, and he's like, dude, you gotta talk to that guy, Nathan. You need to make sure that everybody knows what's happening with this guy from Australia. What time is it there? Is it in the evening there, 9 or 10 o'clock at night right now or something like that?
2 a.m., brother.
2 a.m., my man. So yeah, man. So first of all, I want you to tell me about big success that you've had since being on the program. And then second, a question that you have.
Well, man, let me just paint the picture first for you, Jared. Give me a couple of minutes to just explain what this 10X movement has done for my life. So you go back to, I'm running multinational corporates. I'm running PPLs in Australia, and I thought I was touching God's toes, right? So I've got the big salary, the company cars, the security, the bonuses, but I was tied to the office. I wasn't living the life that I wanted to and the life that I deserved, quite frankly. So, look, my business partner and I, who's also part of this ambassador program, Shane Schofield, so big shout out to him. He'll be watching now as well. So we started a side gig. And what we did this for what we call beer money. So we started this side business with the intent of making about $500 a month, and we'd say to each other, hey, if we can put this towards a holiday once a year, happy days. So we're both working full time. We're doing a 9 to 5 grind, and after hours we're working on our business. And it slowly started building traction. And about the same time we found Grant Cardone and implemented some of these 10X practices. So in the first 6 months of this side business, we did $300K in revenue, and we had about 50 grand in the bank, and it was everything that we had. And that time is when we really took it into second year and implemented these 10X principles. We went all in on some marketing campaigns with every dollar that we had, every last dollar. And over the next 12 months, we took our business from $300K to $6 million. So,
wow.
That was fantastic. It's now our full-time gig. We're doing it, obviously, as our main income stream. We're seeing regular, steady, consistent growth month on month. It continues to grow. It's absolutely amazing just what 10X has done, not only to our business but also to our lives, right? So we've got more freedom now than we've ever had. So I probably work the least amount now that I ever have, but I also work the most, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not tied to an office. It's absolutely fucking magic, Jared, I've got to tell you. But look, these are the opportunities that it's presented to, guys. Like I've been able to take my kids to Disneyland. So to an American, that might not sound that cool, but to an Australian, that's a pretty nifty thing. So that was been fantastic. Look, Shane and I have, in the last 18 months, because of 10X and what you guys have done for us, our business and our lives, we've got about 20 passport stamps each. We've been all over the world growing this empire. So we've had the ability to set up manufacturing partners all over the world, supply chain partners all over the world. We're now bringing product into Australia, which we're on selling. We've got admin teams that we've set up both domestically and internationally. We've grown and scaled that team from, when we first started, it was just the two of us. We've now got a team in Australia. We've also got a team in the Philippines that's got a manager in place now, and it continues to grow and kicks goals. So it's just been absolutely awesome. But chunking down more specifically to this ambassador program since the last 2 months or so, we've actually opened a property holdings business. So we've bought our first property. I'm actually sitting in it at the moment. It's on Southport in the Gold Coast. It's going to be gutted. We're working on some fit-out designs at the moment. And let me tell you, TEDx is a big theme, guys. You are going to love it. You guys are going to want to shut shop up in Miami and come to the Gold Coast on Australia when you see this thing. But we're probably 6 weeks away from that. But we've opened this business with the intent to buy more property and look at that long-term scale and growth for us as well. So these are all things that, yeah, and mate, we've also brought in 2 people to this group. So Shane, my business partner, he's in here. And the guy that's been helping us from a finance perspective, Charlie Pedraza, he should be watching as well. So he joined the ambassador program a couple of weeks ago. So the 10X Aussie movement is in full swing, my man. One more thing for you, for the Aussies out there. You had a lady, Annette, on here probably 3 weeks ago. So she's actually up in my neck of the woods this Friday on business. So we've got, at this stage, 9 10Xers from all over the country getting together, bit of a mastermind. We're having dinner on Friday night. So this movement, this group, this community, it's in full swing in Australia, guys, and happy days.
Dude, I love that, man. I love that. I love the fact that you are taking the time to get connected with these people. That's what this group is for. Like, this program does not end at GrowthCon. This program and the relationship should continue to perpetuate on, and you should be able to continue to get value from this group for years to come. So I really appreciate you sharing all that. What's a question that you have, Nathan?
Look, you guys produce a lot of content, and I just shared with you how it's changed our business and our life. So thank you for that. Your whole team, yourself, Grant, Steve, Dave. I love watching all of it. But I've actually got a question. My question's going to be to you, Jared, around.
Yep.
Mate, you're a billboard, right? Picture this, you're a billboard and the entire world can see you. What is Jared Glant's message to the world? I want to know.
Me personally, it's that there's a way for everybody, and it's not always the same. And for me, like there's a lot of folks right now that are hearing a message, and this is one of the things that I personally am really tight with. There's a lot of people right now that think that the only way that you can be successful and make money is to become an entrepreneur. And I think, frankly, a lot of people are trying to go into business for themselves, and they're not equipped for it. They're not disciplined enough. They don't have the skill, and they get enchanted by this idea of being my own boss. And like you, Nathan, like you went out, but you're like it sounds like you had an office gig and you were in business for a while and doing the corporate thing in the car, and like you had done that for a while and you'd gained a lot of experience. And I think that a lot of people are shortcutting that or discounting that with the do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, make your own schedule. And there are ways for people to do that today, but I think that the message that needs to be told is you can be great and you can make a lot of money in a lot of different ways, and it doesn't mean that you have to be your own boss to do it. And maybe if you want to be your own boss, that's cool, but like get some experience so that it's not so hard for you. Because here's what I think is going to happen for some people. They're going to think that the entrepreneur is the answer. They're going to go out on their own. They're going to try to do their own thing, which is so admirable, and it's such a great, there's so much validation behind the courage it takes to try to go out and do something on your own. But then they're going to fail at it because they don't have the right tools. It's like if I went to go fight in a UFC fight right now, I'd get whooped because I've never done any type of fighting ever. Like, that's just not my thing. Like, I don't box, I don't kick, I don't do Muay Thai, I don't kickbox, I don't wrestle, like none of that. No Muay Thai, no Jiu-Jitsu, none of that. I'd get crushed. But if I thought that that was the thing that I needed to do because that's what everybody was telling me to do, then I would get in a situation where I would, like literally, I would be beat to death because I wasn't prepared and I was trying to do something with wrong information. And so what I think is that I think that people are lacking commitment and they don't want to confront that. So my message on the billboard is anybody can get rich doing anything they want, even if that means working for somebody else. And I think my platform would be, here's how you find the right thing. Here's what you need to look for. And then once you identify that role, you can land that role. Here's what you can do in that role to do what I did and go from $2,500 a month to, 7 figures a year. Does that answer your question?
It does. I remember that sort of way. It's a big billboard, man.
Yeah. Hey, okay, so let me sum it up into one statement. How to get rich working for somebody else.
Nice. Yeah. Love it.
Cool. All right, man. Appreciate you being on the call. Let's go to Kevin Padillo. Kevin, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's happening? What up? Hey, this is Kevin with @Warrior Leadership and @One Janitorial. Yo, my successes, I would say my successes right now would be, I've closed 9 deals with my business, my normal business. I scored a new job. I want to get rich working for someone else, so I got a job at One Janitorial. This team's on Cardone U, you know what I mean? It's awesome.
Love it.
And another big success would be, I managed to start hiring people on my own team, my own business. So thinking about expansion, especially after the boot camp, expansion, growing. So it's crazy. I love it.
Good for you, man. Glad to hear that. What's been your biggest win since you've been on the program?
Yeah, I think the biggest win is just getting more known, like omnipresent, getting more, gaining more social media engagement, people, more leads, more business through social media. So it's been crazy. That's why I had to hire, right? It's too much to handle, right?
Yeah. Good. So what question do you have?
I think the biggest question would be how could I just, gain more authority, right? I'm in the leadership space. I help young leaders, and I'm just wondering, most people are who are you, Kev? Why should I train? Why should I follow you? I'm just wondering, how can I get more known, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get more known by continuing to put yourself out there, by partnering with people in the space who can further your cause, people that support you. I mean, you just got to keep pushing. This is a newer thing for you, This is, again, part of the enchantment that I think that people run into is they think, man, I'm going to go out and start my own deal and everything's going to be easy. And I'm going to go out, I'm going to be on social media, I'm going to promote my business, and I'm going to do all the right things, and then it's just going to work. It's totally false, dude. It's so much harder than you think it is. It takes so much work. Like people think, oh wow, hey, Grant got on social media, he used it, and he blew his business up. Dude, what you guys don't see is for 30 years before Facebook, Grant was driving around, cold calling on businesses, driving around in a car all over the country, being gone for 16 months at a time before he came back home, cutting his teeth, getting rejected face to face, going in and negotiating with multimillionaire business owners deals, and every single day, working from, 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. People don't see all that. They see where he's at now. Be careful, guys. Be careful if you measure yourself against somebody's after and not their before, because you're setting the wrong expectation for yourself. This shit takes time. It takes time and a lot of work and a lot of discipline, and then you've got to actually be good. You can't just create a business and then have a subpar product and expect your business to grow. You got to be good. You got to be great. You got to be better now than you ever had to be before, because people have more access than they ever had. So you got to focus on, how can I be better? How can I be different? How can I be the standout? Who can I get connected with that can help expand my brand? How can I continue to develop myself and continue to put out good content so that I gain altitude? Dude, you're just getting started, bro. You're not even in the dugout yet. You got to go through training camp, to the minor leagues, to tryouts, to being the bat boy, to getting in the dugout, to getting in the on deck circle, to getting up to bat. I mean, like, there's so many steps you got to go through. Like, it doesn't happen overnight for anybody. Like, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. So you got to have the right expectation, dude. Set the expectation. It's going to be the hardest freaking thing you ever did in your life. It's going to require more work, more focus, more discipline, more creativity, more commitment than anything you've ever done in your life. And if you go in like that, you might have a chance at making it big. But this shit ain't easy, dude. It's not easy showing up every day. It's not easy doing your job every day that you just went and got so that you could work for 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours there, then come home and put in 6 or 7 or 8 hours into your other business. Like, dude, you got to do that. You got to do that for years. Expect it to take 3 years of working like that. 7 days a week from 6 a.m. in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. Expect it's going to take 3 years of doing that. And now look at where you're at. Be like, hey, where do I fit into that equation right now? Oh, I've been doing this. Saturday I go hang out. I hang out with my friends, like I'm kind of committed to it, but I'm not really committed to it. Dude, I know all the stuff you're going through in your head right now. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel that. Especially like, 8-hour shift, 9-hour shift. Come home, I don't really sleep much, right? So, hey, man, I'm ready. It's a little frustrating, but I got this, man.
It's only frustrating if you don't have the right tools and you don't have the right expectations. That's the only reason why it'll get frustrating to you. If I'm trying to unscrew something with a hammer, I'm going to get frustrated. Because the tool wasn't meant to unscrew a screw. It was meant to drive a nail through a piece of wood. And if I'm swinging an axe on a tree and I think it's going to take 3 swings, but it's going to take 3,000, I'm going to get pretty frustrated on swing number 4, number 5, number 6, because I got the wrong expectations. So you guys need to err on the side of, like, if you think you're going to be able to get something off the ground in a year, dude, it's going to take 10. You think you're going to get off the ground in 3 months, it's going to take 30 months. Use the 10X rule. That's what it's for. And then use this group to help keep you in check, dude. Call up on this deal and be like, hey, yo, I'm working 6 hours a day trying to build a business, and me tell you, dude, you ain't doing shit. Use the call for that. So I hope that helped, man. Just keep pushing. It's just you got to get the right expectations here. So, all right, let's go to Josh. Josh Mole. What's going on, Josh? Thanks for the pizza yesterday.
Jordan, how's it going, Jared? How's everything going?
Good, man. Good to have you.
I'm super excited, man. I'm known to talk a lot, but because, man, I've been waiting for this day for the past year. I remember I met Grant Cardone last year, and exactly October 22nd, which is my father's birthday. He would have been, I lost my father when he was 12. And Grant Cardone picked me on Instagram when he was giving away the $1 million contest. I went to the office. He did a video with me. And since then, I've just been coming to the office and then emails, trying to find ways to work with Grant. And since he opened the 10X Ambassador program, that was a big blessing for me. But to tell you about the success that I've been having, first of all, I have a credit repair business. I'm helping a lot of people fix their credit, and I also have an opportunity for them to make money also. So what I was doing is I was literally talking to everybody, targeting different types of people, talking to them about my business. I reached the position of a 6-figure position, which is sales director in my business. But the problem was I had a hard time identifying leaders. I have a guy that's in my position in my team, but that's the only leader I had. So that was a struggle that I had. How do I duplicate? How do I really 10X my business and expand it nationwide? And what I've been getting from Cardone University is, 1, how to call attention, 2, trust, and also first impressions. And I was able to get connected with a big celebrity that he's coming up right now. His name is Fatboy SSE. He's coming out in a brand new movie next year with 3 actors from Friday. He's very famous. And I emailed him through Instagram in regards to the credit repair business. I always talked to his manager, but they were always busy. They always told me to call back. But they had a meet and greet in Miami. So when I found out, I paid it, and I made T-shirts that say "Fix Your Credit" with famous Fatboy SSE, his manager, and himself. I got one for him, for his manager, and I wore one myself. When I went to the meet and greet, I was the only person that paid to meet and greet, so it was an even bigger impression.
So I went and talked to them about the business. I gave them the T-shirts. Security tried to kick me out after, but they said, no, he's with us. We want to do business with this guy. We really want to, you know, take it to the next level. And I told him, look, man, I know I only have a few minutes to talk, but if you guys don't know who Grant Cardone is, he's like the Drake of business. Like, this guy is the #1 in business. Like, if you guys don't know him, I want to get you guys connected with him to invest with him. That's in real estate also. And they were so impressed pretty much with the effort that I did to meet them. And I put my logo of the T-shirt and on the T-shirt I gave to them, that they're interested in doing business with me now. So after November 16th, we're going to be collaborating, doing credit repair together. And, man, I'm just so excited. That's a big accomplishment I've had. I've also come out on the radio twice since I've been in the program. I do music also. I don't take it serious. I'm more about business, but I do music, I rap, and a DJ put my song in the radio twice since I've been in the program because he was just so attracted to my energy, you know, like how I move people, that he put me in the radio twice and I only performed 2 times in different clubs. So I'm just really excited, man, because I'm building bigger connections when it comes to my credit repair business, you know. And like I said, man, Grant to me is like a father figure to me because I lost my dad when I was 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, I lost my dad. He was always a businessman. You know, he made it to $250,000 a year, but he died in the process because he didn't take care of himself. You know, so I went through a lot of negativity growing up, and I used to alcohol. I had, you know, anger problems. So I had that father figure that I was missing. So once I met Grant last year, that I started reading 10X, I started looking into his videos, his YouTube videos. I felt like, man, we have so much in common together that I felt like he's like a father figure to me. And I've been learning so much, man. Like, I'm just so excited. I'm so passionate. And my question is, it's something that I've been wanting to do since I met Grant. Like, what's the best way? What can I do so we can work together in my business of credit repair? Because, like you were mentioning last week, I feel like my business can add a lot of value to 10X because it's already a different business that everybody needs. It's a service that everybody needs. So I can imagine what it would be like if we partner up with 10X and really create, well, Grant, he already created the biggest empire in the world, you know, but just add credit repair and different things to it. Man, like, I'll be super excited. Like, what could it take for me to work with you guys when it comes to this credit repair business that I have?
Yeah, it's a different conversation for a different time. I appreciate you asking. We'll talk about it. Send me an email just to jared@grantcardone.com, and then we'll find a way to hook up and chat about it. Did you have another question other than that?
No. Just pretty much wanted to share, you know, the success that I've had on Cardone University. How do I say this? When I was in high school, I didn't like work. I didn't like homework. I didn't like to do any type of work, you know. When it comes to Cardone University, it's like I feel like I'm learning something every day. Like, I could be down, or, you know, we all have our moments because we're human. And as soon as I get on Cardone University, it gets me fired up. It gets me excited again to move to the next level, to help the next person succeed, you know. So I just wanted to address that, and I'm ready to take over. One more thing, since Grant talks about branding a lot, I actually made this logo of my shirt that says Credit Royalties, you know. So I'm expanding a lot like that, just, you know, separating myself from the competitors. You know, you always want to stand out. So that's pretty much what I've gotten from Grant. And, yeah, the last thing I want to say, I want to thank you guys, man. I want to thank you guys for everything that you guys are doing, the knowledge you guys are providing. And let's 10X, man. Let's 10X to the next level.
Let's go. Come on, man. Thanks for coming on to the call today, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate what you're doing. And great to hear about you landing Fat Boy SSE. Let's go to, what's that say, Nick? Nikita?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on? How are you?
Dude, I am awesome. I'm super, super grateful for you guys, man. Y'all have changed my life in ways can't even imagine. But
Nikita?
I'll just share my first 2 successes real quick. After the boot camp, I actually closed 2 deals. One was my biggest account ever. It was $5K. And the other one was a little smaller, but that was just crazy being at the boot camp, meeting all of you. And another success I had was getting a mentor, like an actual real mentor, because I remember I kind of had one when I was back in college. That whole story was kind of crazy. You know, I was partying and trying to do like, oh, I want to just live the 4 years of my life, getting all that advice. And I was like, nah, like it's not going to pay the bills. So I dropped out, did sales, the same sales that I did from before I went to school. And I actually doubled all of my sales because of Grant Cardone. But yeah, my question is, I have a business partner and it's like friendly competition. He never went to school and he just did sales and social media marketing. He has a whole year on me and I want to know how can I beat him?
Outwork him. Outwork him. Create more time. Show up earlier, stay later. Like that's the thing. Like, so people didn't see, like when I started working for Grant, we were based in California. So like I showed up at the office every day at 6 a.m. because at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, like the first hour and a half of the day is like prime calling time. Because people, their day's getting started, they don't have a whole bunch of problems on their plate yet. Like I showed up at 6 o'clock and then I stayed and I worked all the way to like 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. I'd show up and I'd do half days on Saturdays. Like you create more time. If other people are operating from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock and I operate from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, like I've created 6 more hours in my day. Mm-hmm. If I do that 5 days a week, that's 30 hours a week. That's 120 hours a month. That's, 144 hours a year. Is that right?
It's like,
wait, what is that? 1,400 hours? What is it? What's the math? 6 and 5 is 30. 30 and 4 is 120. 120 and 12 would be 144. 1,440.
Yeah. Yeah.
Divided by 7 for the days. I mean, like you literally can create weeks worth of time.
It's also like 100% Grant Cardone. Like we work 7 days a week. We don't do anything but work. The only leverage I have on him now is he got a girlfriend. So he's spending some time with her. So that's, I think, where I can, train and do more.
Dude, the first 4 years that I worked for Grant, I like made the decision to be like I would not get in a relationship. Like it was like a no-go. Like it was a stop. It was a wall. It was like, I'm focused on this right now. Like I'm not bringing, you trying to move this thing down the road, like not happening. Like it's just like,
No interaction like with girls, no hookups or anything.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't say that, but I'm just saying like, no, like there's a difference. Like when it becomes something that's like, it requires time and energy and attention that I could be putting on something else. You just have to make that, you got to make that decision. That's different for everybody, but like you trying to figure out like, you can't work till 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night or stay till 10 or 11 if you need to. If you're constantly worried about like, hey, when are we going to come? When are you going to hang out with me? When are you going to give me some attention?
He's left early. And then I wanted to thank you for this nugget of gold I got from one of your podcasts. I've been needing to know because I wanted to stack up the 100K, but I needed to know when is the cutoff between investing all the money I had into myself so I can make it quicker. And you said until it's 10K a month. So I blew my whole bank account on my mentor so that he can show me how to make 10K faster. And so my goal is to make 10K in the next 3 months. I'm at about 6 right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's very achievable. And then I wanted, by the time my grades, so I would be class of 22, by the time they're all out of school, I want to be already 7 figures. I don't know if that's too high of an expectation, how you were talking about it with Kevin. But I do remember another podcast you said that 10X is on the speedometer where the needle's on red all day long. Yeah. And I just you said like people can't even like fathom that thought. And I think that's so true. Can you like go into a little more depth on that?
Yeah, so I think that when people hear 10X and they start thinking with the concept, they think that it's just a light switch. And it's less of a switch and more of a muscle. Like, it takes time to collapse your day into 15-minute increments to figure out how much it's possible to get done in a 15-minute block of time with all of this focus and all of this intensity, slamming and cramming like phone calls, emails, like everything into a 15-minute block to see how much you can get done in 15 minutes, and then doing that again, and then doing that again, and then cramming as much as you possibly can into an hour. Like, you literally have to start at a 15-minute block to see how much you can get done in 15 minutes. And then that helps you understand, like, okay, if I could take that and duplicate that in the next 15 minutes, like, that's the level of intensity that you have to get at to start working at 10x. Like, dude, when I walk around the office, like, I got pace. Like, I'm walking fast. Like, I'm trying to get somewhere fast. Like, our new guys on the phones in the back in the sales room, when they go to the bathroom to take a leak, they bring their phone with them. They stay on calls because they're trying to cram as much as they possibly can into every second, you know? So it's a muscle that needs to be built. Like, this massive action thing is not, it's in you as a child. I know that because I look at my kid now and he's a maniac. But as you grow up, it gets, society kind of pulls it out of you and they suppress it. And so by the time you get to the point where you actually need that more than ever, you've forgotten what it's like to operate like that. So Grant's a great example of that. Like, massive activity, high levels of activity, it can create chaos, can create problems, but I'll take problems any day of the week from taking too much action than taking not enough.
And then could I have one more question real fast?
Yeah.
So my entire life, I played hockey growing up. I had so much success in it. For some seasons, then other seasons I do horrible. Same thing with sales. I can go like 2-3 days. Like last week, I wrote 66 for the week. That was one of my higher weeks, probably one of the highest. And then this week I'm at like 20. So consistency is such a huge problem for me. Is there like anything I can do?
Yeah, so you got to have, like, you've got to break down your targets into daily targets. Like, you know, for me, consistency is about being able to repeat something over and over and over again. And when you have random things that pop into your day or your agenda, it creates an opportunity for you to deviate from the thing that you know generates the result that you're looking for. So you need to take a more micro look at your day and figure out what you need to do every day activity-wise in order to hit those targets, and make sure that's why I'm talking about, like, even a 15-minute block. Like, what activity do you need to get done in 15 minutes so that you're closer to your goal for the day? Don't look at the 10-hour day or however long your day is right now. Look at 15 minutes. And then when that 15 minutes is up, look at the next 15 minutes. You know, I play golf. Like, when I hit a bad shot, like, it's in the past. I'm standing up over the ball for the next shot. Like, that's the shot that's in front of me. That's the one I can control. What happened before that, can't control, can't change it. What's going to happen next doesn't matter yet. Like, you just need to focus on that thing that's in front of you. So consistency is built off of having discipline, and sometimes discipline means having a really set schedule and a defined path. For me, it really helped me go faster if I knew exactly what I had to do the next day. So I would spend the night before reviewing everything that I did that day, and then I would actually write out my not so much a schedule or things to do, but I would literally, this was before, like, we got super techie and into CRMs and phone dialers and all that stuff, but I would write down on legal pads all the phone calls that I had to make, like client by client, number by number. And I knew that by writing them down over and over and over again, I knew where I was at in every single one of those deals. So it started like grinding into me. I was touching every deal. I was close with every deal. I knew where every deal was. I knew who the contact was. Like, and I'd recycle that all the time so that when I showed up, I'd be like, bam, time to go, let's go. And I'd just run through, and I'd run as fast and as hard as I could for as long as I could until I got through my list of things.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, and then finally we got Chris. Thanks for calling in, Nick. Let's go to Chris. Chris, my man, what's happening?
What's going on? Can you hear me good?
All good, bro. All good. Okay, so here's what I need from you. Number one, I need a massive, massive monster success you've had since you've been on the ambassador program. Go.
Well, first things first, I've made a goal to lose 50 to 60 pounds during the program. I'm already down over 40.
Boom!
So now I changed my goal to be around 90 to 100 pounds. I got a trainer 6 days a week, exercising, eating healthy and everything, so that's going good. Two, I closed $100,000 the first week I was in the program, which is cool. Then I called in on the Wednesday mentorship with Steve Spray, asked him about some advice for upcoming clients, and his advice was amazing. Like, he told me to give him three options, and because of that, I gave him the middle option was what we were wanted to present, a low option just to hang in the deal, just to stay in there, and then what I call the FU option, where I throw a number almost twice the size, and let's try to find value to get there. So I got people in the boardroom, they created value for it. When I presented to the client, they absolutely loved the top value, the top package. So we've been going back and forth, closing that deal, or working on closing that deal right now. We're in the lead. It's going to net me an additional $3 million on top of what I was going to pitch him already. So that advice alone will make me $1 million.
Love that.
And then also, I went to the boot camp after that, and that was an awakening. If you guys here on the ambassador program did not go to the boot camp, you need to go to these boot camps. Like, I have a successful company now, and I thought I knew sales and everything. I went there, and I realized how much I don't know. Even though I know it, having it structured out is amazing. So actually go over that giant book that I got from the boot camp and go, okay, guys, let's go over this. Let's go over this. Step by step, going everything. It's restructuring our company, building phone scripts, reasons for posting content and everything like that. So it's actually changing the way our company looks or operates, and it's been a game changer.
Love that.
So after that boot camp, I went up to New York for a day to meet with a client who is going to be probably somewhere between $400,000 or $500,000 deal, which is great, awesome deal. But turns out that one of their owners was there, loved our solution, and wants to use us for their sister company, which turns this into a $10 million deal. So now, literally right before I got on this call, the client reached out to me. They want to do, they want to start with a small group as a case study, because it's obviously a $10 million deal. They want to do a small group just to show that it works, and then we can move on to the bigger deals.
Wow, dude, that's so awesome, man.
So between two deals right now, only two deals, I have about $17 million on the table, and it looks like we're pretty good at closing on all that stuff. I've been following everything from Cardone U and everything. Our whole team here is swimming in the Kool-Aid. And I just realized, like, there's so much more opportunity out there. And that playbook, honestly, from the boot camp is giving me that structure on how to get to a 9-figure company. So so that's what I'm doing now. All the little deals now, if I make a few $100,000, I'm cool. But then, like, my whole mindset's changed, and I realized the biggest problem that Grant said that he had was thinking too small.
Yep.
And that resonated with me. It's like, wow, I was thinking like, a few $1 million. I used to start off my goals going, hey, I want to stand on GrowthCon stage and share my story about losing 50 pounds and closing, $3 million. Now I'm like, no, I want to close $15 million. I want to lose 100 pounds. Realizing that it's possible. I post in the group letting people know, like, hey, look, these are my successes. You guys got to think bigger, because I feel like if you take more action, there's just so much more potential out there for everybody.
Yep. Totally, man. Totally,
So,
man. I got to spend some time with Chris. Chris bought, the premier ticket for the boot camp. He got to eat dinner. We had a private dinner with Grant and a handful of other premier ticket holders. So he got to network with some really awesome people. And I got to hear some of his story. And he's just, he's the guy that's doing everything right. Came in and then started swimming in the Kool-Aid, and some amazing things have happened for him. So I appreciate you sharing that. Did you have a question today, Chris?
I would like to actually take this time, not to ask for a question, because I feel like you guys are awesome with that, but it's something I want to address the ambassador group, because we got GrowthCon coming up right now, right? We're ambassadors for Grant Cardone. This is our event. I feel like, You know, right now we got some great speakers on board, but we need to get Will Smith. We need to get The Rock. And we need to get a lot of other people that Grant wants to get on this board, on this conference. I feel like as a group, we should start posting videos to these people, to The Rock, talking about how these people inspire us and that we want to be mentored by them by GrowthCon, not making it look like a business conference, but more of a mentorship conference for The Rock to mentor 35,000 people for an hour, or Will Smith. So I feel like if we post videos on Instagram and tag them constantly, we have over 1,000 people in this group. If we're constantly posting to these people, anyone that Grant wants to get out there, let's all as a combined effort, start tagging these people, making videos and everything like that. I feel like we make a huge movement and make our conference the best conference ever.
Boom! From your mouth to God's ears. Let's roll, man. I love it. I love it, man. I appreciate you, Chris. You're a true example of what we're looking to get out of this group, and you know, it's awesome to hear your massive successes. So I appreciate you jumping on here. Guys, look, people are winning. We want to hear your successes. If you have a problem, like I said this on the call last week, if you are not winning with the program, something is out. If you are not winning with the program, something is out, something is broken. It's like if you get in a Ferrari and it only goes 22 miles an hour, something is wrong with the car. Or something is wrong with the person driving it. Maybe you got to hit that little switch that opens up, you know, the fuel thing. I don't know. Something is wrong if you're not winning with the deal. There's too many people that are having successes. We hear them all week, all month, and we need to hear more of them. So if you're not winning with the program, send an email to Natalie at grantcardone.com, or ambassador. What do you want, ambassadors? Yes. Ambassadors at grantcardone.com. And we will help you. I mean, like if you need direction, if you need more guidance, we also do a call on Wednesdays that Steve Spray does, and that's more of a how to use the program type call, and we answer some more sales specific questions. But you've got to get on the field, and you've got to play, and you got to know what play to run if you want to win the game. And so if you need help with that, if you're not getting the results that you want out of the program, join that Wednesday call. If that's not enough, email ambassadors at grantcardone.com, and we will get you the help that you need. So I'm really looking forward to hearing more wins from you guys. That is my assignment for you this week. Look for a win this week. You know, look for a win this week. Set a target that you want to hit and hit it. Set a target to hit by next Tuesday, by the next call. And I want you guys to post what your target is. Post it today in the group. This is the target that I'm going to hit by next Tuesday. Hey, Mom. Yeah. What target are you going to hit by next Tuesday? And then I want you to start posting when you hit that target. If you hit that target tomorrow, post it. You hit that Thursday, post it. You hit that target Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, post it. Post the target that you want to hit, and then post when you actually hit it. This is a target for the next week. It's not a target for the rest of your life. So don't put, I want to become a billionaire in there, unless you're trying to win the lottery or something. It's like the lottery is a big lottery jackpot this week. So, yeah. So look, post your target and then post when you hit it. It will be so inspiring to people to see that other people are out there setting targets and they're hitting them and they're winning. So post your target, post when you hit it, post your successes, use Cardone University every day, get in there, train on your segments over and over and over again. Provide support to the other folks that are in the group, get connected, and man, let's have a hard push into the 10X Growth Conference. We've got a companion offer that we have available if you email ambassadors at grantcardone.com. If there's somebody you want to bring with you to the event and they don't have a ticket yet and you want to get sat with them and you guys want to be together, if you email ambassadors at grantcardone.com, we have a special companion ticket that Natalie can get you set up with. So ambassadors at grantcardone.com. For till midnight tonight, we have a buy one, get one free offer. This is a great offer to get new people involved in. If you have people that you want to come to the 10X Growth Conference, send them to 10xgrowthcon.com/deal so that they can get their seats reserved now. Seats are going fast. More speakers are getting announced, and we want to make sure that this thing is the biggest conference. You guys want to be a part of the biggest conference in the world, right? That's what we're working on right now. So get your seats, get people involved, and we'll see you in February. I'm really looking forward to it. Remember your assignment for next week. All right, guys, take care. 10X, go all in, massive action, burn down the mother freaking house.